This is Chunk Volcano, my Extreme Onechunk Ironman, which means I need to complete every task in an area before moving on to the next. This includes every collection log item, every best in slot item, and completing the highest level skilling challenges in the chunks. I've already spent over 800 hours in these two chunks, and I've completed many tasks, including obtaining a fire cape and getting 99 agility. But this is just a tiny fraction of the work. You see, I still have 5 big tasks left, and none of them are easy. I need to obtain 4 more obsidian items, get a second 99 to trim my agility cape, obtain a Jad pet, get 85 smithing without an anvil, and somehow complete the inferno. But even excluding the inferno, these 4 tasks will take me almost 3,000 hours on average. So I want to take some time trying to not only make progress, but also speed up these colossal grinds, and finally escape my chunks. The first thing I want to do is work on some drops. I have 4 left to get. 3 obsidian armor pieces at a 1 in 2000 drop rate, and the elusive obsidian staff at a 1 in 4096 drop rate. These big Tzhaar in the inner area drop the first 3, so it's actually a 1 in 666 to get any of them. So it's probably a good place to start. Killing these right now is difficult. They're just so tanky and I hit so rarely. 60 attack just is not cutting it. My prayer actually drains entirely before I even kill it, and my chunk doesn't even have access to any altars or prayer potions, so restoring prayer seems a little bit tricky. Luckily though, I have a nice little prayer altar and health restore all in one little mini game. It just takes 20 seconds. And we are as good as new. I've been doing this for over an hour now, and I've had 14 kills, so I definitely need to find a way to speed this up. I could just train my stats higher, but a little bit of outside the box thinking did give me a little idea. Because I also need to get 85 smithing, essentially only using bronze bars in a furnace, which is insane, I need to buy over 1 million ore from the shop. But when I'm buying ore, I normally reset my run energy by dying to the double Jads. But when I'm killing Tzhaar, I also restore prayer and health by dying to the double Jads. So why not make it a little bit more efficient and do both at the same time? So I tested out my theory for a bit, and honestly, it's pretty cool. I run an inventory of ore, and then attack a Tzhaar until I'm out of prayer, restore everything, and repeat. This obviously led to less Tzhaar kills an hour, but I also got around 400 ore per hour as well, which means this is slightly more efficient than doing them one at a time. So if you think about it, every 27 ore, I get 1 Tzhaar kill. So if I do this for 2,000 kills to hit the obsidian drop rates, I'll end up with 54,000 ore. That's actually really low now that I'm saying it. Oh my god, I'm going to be buying ore for months, aren't I? I've spent almost 1,000 hours in this chunk already. That's 60,000 minutes. So I want to make it my goal to get 60,000 subscribers before this chunk ends. So do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Go on. Okay, I do honestly think this is a good method. I even started buying 2 gold in inventory, as while it does cost more, the slightly increased smithing XP might be worth it. But I think it's time to move on for now. 3 out of my 5 big tasks are combat focused, so increasing my stats is the surefire way of making them faster. The question is, what do I train on? Pirates are probably my best experience per hour, but I think lesser demons are going to be better. Not only because I drop GP, which will help me upkeep food, but also because I can train prayer here. And the more prayer levels that I get, the less impactful being hit by a bat in the fight caves is, and the longer my prayer lasts overall. I have a lot of duplicate items, so I do think I'm going to alch all of these, because I think it's going to be much better for me to have this money. 50,000, that should be enough for some food, right? Last episode, as you can see on my back, I got the 99 agility, and this cape is really cool. One of its perks is weight reduction, which is going to be really helpful carrying the food back, and one of it is increased run energy regeneration, so wearing it while I do stuff like this is going to be highly beneficial. From Tzhaar to shop in just 23 energy. Because I've got the agility cape, this is the only shop that I actually need to spend money in. There's nowhere else to spend gold. There's nothing else I need to spend gold on unless I want to go back down the agility arena because I'm 99. Do I really want to do that? I don't know. And then the rest of the shops use Tellacon, so I do think I'm just going to exhaust this entire cash stack here. 50,000 GP got me quite a lot of food, but I want to see if face tanking lesser demons actually makes me a profit, because infinite food would be amazing. I'm currently doing everything I can to discover new methods to reach my goals faster. But if you also want to discover something new and learn a useful skill along the way, why not do the same as me with today's video sponsor, boot.dev. Boot.dev is the perfect learning tool to study backend development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages. You see, Boot works similarly to RuneScape. You level up, claim rewards, and compete on leaderboards, keeping the learning fun and motivating, because the smartest way to code is to make sure that you're never bored. And I'm not just saying this, I'm actually a software developer myself, and when I was learning, I found a lot of methods didn't suit me as an individual. But treating learning as a game would have been amazing when I was just starting out. In fact, one of the hardest things about learning to code is that it can be very difficult to learn how to translate that knowledge into personal projects. But boot.dev actually teaches you not only to write code yourself, but also lets you build real-world projects, which gives you a head start on your own ideas. Oh, and with Project Diaries on the way, potentially allowing players to add their own mechanics to old-school RuneScape, now's as good a time as any to actually delve in and take on the challenge. So if you want to learn programming, compete on leaderboards, and learn without getting bored, go to boot.dev and use my code Tellacon to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. Thanks to boot.dev for sponsoring today's video. Hey, every time I get a gold ore drop, it's saving 225 tockle, so I am not going to complain about these. Ooh, a rune medalm. Yoink. Well, that covers a fifth of the food. Killing these only gets me 2,000 prayer XP an hour, which is slower than the smithing rates that I get. But because my level is that low, the levels do come in pretty quick. There is level 46. Prayer levels at this point don't really do anything for me. That did unlock retribution, which I'm not really going to have a use for. But I think my goal is simply going to be getting 52 prayer. Ooh, now that's a rare drop, a Ranarr. Shame it won't be useful for a long time. That's actually the first Ranarr on the account. That's actually pretty huge. Justing raw GP, we actually double all of our money, so that is a viable AFK training method as long as I do a load of trips buying some food. Before buying more food, I did do a quick session at Pirates to see how they compare, and while I do offer some good drops for the future like the bronze arrows and nature runes, the experience is only slightly higher, so I think I'm going to stick to the demons. You don't see the total level goals often. There is 600. Not sure how much higher this is going to get in this chunk, but I've got to go much higher than this, that's for sure. No, another loop half. Will I ever hit the tooth from that rare drop table to get that crystal key that I will not be able to use until I basically unlock Herblore, because it's all the way in Tavali. Nice. And finally, there is 70 attack. I may as well go to level 52, so let's get a few defense levels while we're at it. It's amazing how both incredibly rare and common this drop is from here. I think that's my fourth lot of javelins between these and pirates. I wonder if I will ever get a use for those. And after many thousands of lesser demons, there is 52. I don't think I'm going to be killing these for a while because the only use really is prayer and GP, and I have plenty. But I've got every single prayer unlocked that I can get because all these other ones are locked for other reasons. I didn't need to do that, but I think it is beneficial to get the additional prayer levels for the fight caves anyway. And I just like 52. It's a nice level, you know? Even though I didn't get much from that grind, I actually did get a lot of these heads, so I've got over 100,000 prayer XP banked. But what I didn't know, which I find really weird, is the ensouled Tzhaar heads actually only give just over 1100 XP, and these give 1170, so for some reason the demon heads give more XP than the Tzhaar ones, which I'm really confused about, honestly, because the Tzhaars are just way harder to kill. But I can't grumble. Don't think I'll ever get a use for them, but they're there. With the training arc complete, I'm gonna go and kill some more Tzhaar because I should be able to kill them much faster now. Let's procure the fruits of our labor. Not only have I not had an obsidian drop from these, I've also not had just a regular Tzhaar drop in the last like 300 kills. I'm about 50 kills away from the obsidian drop rate, but I did find something cool. If I am doing the reset method and being AFK, I can challenge and then right click the Tzhaar here, and then when I die, I can just click attack on the menu and it'll find the right Tzhaar. Because sometimes it's really annoying to find the one that's already been damaged. No! I got excited. I read the word obsidian. It's the only drop that's not obby armor that says obsidian in it. I was so happy. But it's always nice to see this drop. It's so nostalgic. Even if I don't trade it for Tockle, I can at least alch it for 36k, so we'll see what I do with it, but I'm going to be hitting a lot of these duplicates. No back-to-back. How sad. I'll get one of these days. And that is a very big level, 76 strength. That pushes my max hit from 18 to 19, which is really good. But honestly, there's something that I need to say. Now, I honestly thought obsidian armor would be stronger. I don't get another max hit until 81, which pushes it to 20. But then, because of how the scaling works, I get a max hit of 22 at 86. And then even all the way to 99, my max hit's only 24. I thought this gear would be stronger with the 10% accuracy and damage bonus, but it's just not. Having a max hit of 24 at 99 is abysmal, especially with a fire cape. I am enjoying these Tzaars and enjoying the new max hit, but I'm over 750 kill count now. The average obsidian armor drop is 1 in 666 because there's 3 of them at 1 in 2k each. And I'm dry. I just want to get some drops. Even if they're dupes, I just want to feel the rush. Anyway, I will eventually hit some of these, probably. I hope. I am one of you. Just give me the armor that I'm wearing. If you're wondering what this red square is as well, Jagex recently implemented a really cool system of locking your inventory. So if I grab a load of random stuff and then put deposit all, it won't put the toggle in because it's locked. You can do this by just going to show menu, deposit lock settings, and then you can pick what inventory slots you don't want to deposit. So if I do this and then deposit all, they actually stay in, even though I deposited all on the other gold. It's actually a really cool system. And if you don't know about it, you should try using it more. It's really good. I've been unlucky at cats, and I'm sick of buying ore at the minute, so I want to move on to some Tzaar. These things are dangerous. Every time you hit one, every Tzaar in the area that's a higher level, and it'll also attack you, which slows down this grind a lot. The staff has a drop rate of 1 in 4096, and at the minute, I only kill 30 of these an hour. As not only do I have to kill the Meg, I also need to wait for all of the cats and zeals to leave the area. On top of this, they attack with both magic and melee, making them really irritating to kill one, let alone thousands. For an average drop rate, I'm expected to spend around 130 hours here, but after all of the training, surely this number will go down. The best place I've found to kill them right now is the rune shop, as there's actually no zeals around and only one cat, so while I have to wait for the cat to move sometimes, it's quite a good spot overall. These actually die really quickly. I might even be able to kill 40 an hour. That'd be insane. I've only killed about 200 of these over the entirety of the account so far, because they are really difficult to kill with all of the stipulations surrounding being hit, finding one to kill, and just them dealing a load of damage before I got this armor and trained my defense, so I'm actually happy with how this is going. They're also one of the only Tzaar that actually have some useful drops, because they do have a rune table, but it is really rare to actually hit it. So it's not great. Well, there's 25 earth runes, which I said is not great, but that's actually really useful. I mean, that's worth what, 100 toggle in the shop? With how fast I can kill these regular cats now, it's incredible how far I've actually come on this account. Like, when I started killing these, it was 10 minutes a kill, and now I can kill them in about a minute, look. This is so good. I'm really proud of how far I've come so far. I know I'm only at around 1,000 hours in the chunk, but we have made some incredible progress. You know what? I'm killing these in under a minute now, so even if we factor in the 30-second respawn time, if the cats are being nice, I'm on well over 40 kills an hour. One of the worst things that could happen would be if I got an obsidian cape from here. Normally, I don't mind duplicates, but the obby cape has the same drop rate as the staff here, while other Tzaar drop it as little as 1 in 341, so I think I'd actually be upset. I think I've just accidentally discovered something incredible. This is the only cat that can hit me when I attack one of these, because these get stuck behind the gates, as you can see, but this one gets on me if I hit. But if I go and stand on this tile here next to the gate, the Tzaar actually de-aggros, so I can just keep attacking the Meg and it won't get back on me. This was the main thing that was stopping me hopping worlds, because having the Tzaar like right next to the major was really annoying. But now that I've figured out you can de-aggro it, I think that I can hop worlds and speed this up by another 20 seconds per kill. I think I've finally figured out the majors. Holy! And figure out the majors I did. This discovery was exactly what I wanted, a way to speed up the tasks without simply training more. This one singular tile in a chunk 64 by 64 wide was indeed a huge discovery. I spent the next hour hopping after every kill, which saved 20 seconds of waiting around, but also now that I didn't have to worry about the cat, there was no more waiting at all. I could just log on, hit the major, auto-retaliate back to the major after the cat's de-aggroed, and repeat. Overall, this saved me close to 40 seconds a kill, and throughout the hour, I actually managed to get 62 kills, more than doubling my previous kill speed, which turns a 135-hour grind into just 66. I want to be honest, I just got some chaos runes. I didn't even know they dropped chaos runes. Out of over 400 kills, that is the first lot of chaos runes that I have got from these. That is insane. Now that I figured out this method, it's kind of cathartic to just hit the major, run to the safe spot, and then wait to auto-retaliate back to the major, and then the cat's just off me. It's nice. But this is going to be kill number 500. I have been working hard over the last couple of days, and still no sign of any drop, which is understandable considering the freaking absurd drop rate. While I've been working on all of these tasks, I've also been using the Tzhaar fight pits to do some toggle runs. You're likely familiar with this considering I got a world record here during this series, but if not, I need your help. With a new smithing plan to incorporate at least some gold ore, instead of 4 million toggle I need for bronze bars, I need at least quadruple that. So if any of you are willing to help me, please do join the Discord linked in the description to help me escape this chunk quicker. Now I've made at least some progress on every task and sped them all up. I just have the fight caves and the inferno left. Now I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that I'm not even sure if the inferno is possible, and I'm gonna need to talk to a lot of high tier PVMers to figure it out. But I can still make progress on the task, because at the minute I can't even enter the inferno. You see, to enter the inferno I need to sacrifice a fire cape, and because I've only got one cape, I'm gonna need to get another one I can throw away like trash so I can jump into a minigame that'll drive me insane. My last fire cape took over 8 hours. I have no prayer potions, I have no range gear, but I do have some improved levels and more prayer than ever before. So let's see if the culmination of my efforts and my better stats, better gear, and more experience can speed up the run, because 800 hours on rate for the pet is far too much. Now, when I got the last fire cape, that video had a lot of comments, and a lot of them were talking about this plugin, the Fight Caves Predictor plugin. Before, I actually looked at the rotations on the wiki, but apparently with this plugin, I can just enter the caves, and it's going to show me exactly where everything spawns on the subsequent waves, which is incredible. So I'm definitely going to be using this, and it should be a huge help for increasing the overall speed of the runs, because I'm not going to have to check the wiki constantly. Even though I've got an extra 7 prayer levels since last time, I definitely do not want to be hit by these bats, because remember, I only have these 52 prayer points for the entire 63 waves. So I've got to be careful. Oh, and for everyone shouting at me last time, yes, I remembered the super strength pot this time, so the last mages in Tzhaar should be a whole lot easier. Now, you might be wondering why I'm actually using magic in full obsidian, and that's because obsidian's really cool. It doesn't actually give you any negative magic attack bonuses, so I've actually got plus 16 magic attack bonus right now, so I'm fairly accurate. Any other armor, and I'd likely need to take it off, but with obsidian, while it's not beneficial, it also isn't detrimental either, so I can just yoink. And for anyone wondering why I'm maging the blobs, if you melee them, you actually get hit back for a damage. So it's really, really important that I do all of these little subtle things to make sure that I'm not taking any unnecessary damage or prayer reduction. Oh, I am way more accurate now. Having the increased attack and strength levels is just so nice. Surely this runs quicker than 8 hours, right? On to the melees without losing a single prayer point. This is going pretty well so far. And the Obby Mole should hit more and more accurately as well. Look at this. 24 max hit. That is lovely. I'm not gonna lie, this Fight Cave spawn predictor is absolutely broken. Because I know that if I just decide that I want to stand here, nothing's going to be able to hit me because they're all going to stack. So I can just sit here and wait for the bat, and then nothing can hit me as long as I can prayer flick the blob. Like, this is broken. If anyone's struggling to do the fight caves, get the FC spawn predictor plugin, because honestly, look at this. It's just broken. And I can't forget about this beautiful safe spot that we found. This is the chill part. Whenever there's a major that spawns in this side, I'm just always going to do this, because it de-stresses me so much not having to flick for a wave. And if you remember my first Fight Caves run, this is exactly where we killed Tzhaar, and I'm gonna be doing it again, assuming that I can get there, of course. When you get into a rhythm here, it feels so nice. It's just like dancing. No, another bat hit, unfortunately. Still though, I'm 4 prayer points up from where I would have entered the Fight Caves before, so being at wave 40, being plus 4 prayer compared to last time is nuts. I can't believe I've come this far and not missed a single flick. That is insane. I am improving so much from playing this account. Honestly, if you want to improve at the game, guys, just take on a fun challenge. It's nice. But it's about to get to the dangerous part. Ranger, melee, and major all in each wave, all the way up to 61. Wave 60 coming up. If I can get past the double rangers, this should be good, as long as I don't have to tank 2 majors at once and take 2 hits. And there's the final hit. We've just got Tzhaar to go. Okay, I can use my prayer here. The goal is get it into the safe spot, and then it's just a long, long patience test. Okay, trust the system, trust the system. This is always so sketchy. Oh, and here we go. Last time, this took 45 minutes to kill, but I've already hit it. And I'm going to use this super strength pot, so we have 93 strength for this. Let's be nice and patient and trust the process. I wonder what our max hit is with 93 strength, though. The healers are going to spawn in a minute, but I am feeling pretty confident with all of this prayer. One more hit, and I've got 2.5 minutes of prayer almost to use. So oh, wait, they're here. Shit. Okay, I need to do this and step back so it can't melee me. And just make sure that I'm praying against Tzhaar correctly. That is the main thing here. And then I stand back in the safe spot while they're all on me. And then pray melee, and I've just got to kill these. As long as Tzhaar doesn't heal to full here, I'm okay. And that's the healers down. I can keep this one alive because it can't heal it. So, that's it. It's just flinch Tzhaar with no mistakes now, and I am golden. And it didn't heal to full, so I've just got to kill it. This feels so good. This is definitely a lot quicker than last time. And I am so happy that all of the effort that I have put in has sped this up significantly. The pet grind is going to be much quicker now. And the more levels that I get, the faster this gets. Ooh, 27, and that's only being boosted to 81. I wonder what my max was when I had the full super strength pot active, but there's no point using any more of it because Tzhaar is almost dead. 2 more good hits and I have my second fire cape. And there we go, fire cape number 2. 4 hours and 51 minutes. And no pet, unfortunately. That would have been good, wouldn't it? All of the effort I've put in has took the fight caves from an 800-hour grind down to just a 500-hour one on average. And while I can't improve my gear anymore, I can improve my stats slightly, so I might be able to get it even lower. But for now, a 300-hour time save is amazing. I am so tempted to trade this cape in for a pet chance, but I cannot do that yet. I have to go and make some progress towards the inferno, which for now means I have to go and unlock the inferno, because I have never been able to step into it. Sacrifice the fire cape. Really sacrifice it? Yep, I still have the one on my back. And now I can enter the inferno, which looks freaking cool. Ah! Now, obviously, I can't make much progress here yet, but considering that it's wave-based like the fight caves, at least I can see how much progress I can make as I go. But the inferno's got a lot of issues that I'm not sure if it's going to be possible or not. These bats aren't the most annoying things in the world. You can actually pray against these, and they don't reduce your prayer. So I can actually just, like, get away with this. But the main problem is these nibblers. These pillars are safe spots, and then every wave, 3 of these nibblers spawn. They don't fight back, they go after the pillars, as you can see, and there's 66 waves of these things. And as you can see, the pillar is already really, really low. So to figure out how to do this properly, I'm gonna need to do a lot of research, talk to a lot of amazing people, and try and figure out exactly how I can deal with this, because without a weapon that hits multiple targets, killing these like this every wave while tanking everything else is not going to be easy. But for now, I have unlocked the inferno and made progress with that task. I am so happy to finally be able to go in there and finally unlock everything that's in my chunk, essentially. Just got to complete everything now. Overall this month I've found some good improvements, saving me 400 hours on my estimated completion time. And now that I've got the Inferno unlocked, I can actually start testing out some methods to complete it. So let's hope that I can spoon some drops in the future.